What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before, and this is Trevion TV.
This very moment I bring, put it on everything that I will retire with the ring. Retire with the ring. Retire with the ring.
Now, before we get this video started, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, all of that. This is going to be a review to Baddies Midwest Reunion Part 3. Finally, ding dong, the witch is dead. This shit is over with. This reunion, it dragged on because it just wasn't as entertaining as last season. I don't care. Like I said, that was the expectation it had to live up to, and it definitely did not. Now, the season was way better than Caribbean, so I don't understand why the reunion wasn't better. But, you know, what I will say is Janisha was not playing with these bitches. Janisha was, she was letting them have it. But we're not going to ramble on and on. Let's go ahead and get into the actual review. So this episode starts off with Ivory versus Dolly. Now, y'all know Ivory, she snuck Dolly at the end of the last episode, and you can kind of see they kind of cut the angle, cut the camera, but you can kind of see after Ivory get Dolly on the ground, she was pounding her in the back of her head again. Y'all know I love Dolly, but I like Ivory too. I'm not biased. I just got to say what I seen, honey. And I saw Ivory sneak Dolly. Now, Dolly, she did, she was holding her own for somebody that had just got snuck, but she still got put on the ground. But her hand was wrapped up. Poor Dolly. Dolly, y'all is gonna lay off for Dolly. And she's the real DTB. No, I just went. But Dolly is really disturbing a lot of these fans. A lot of y'all fans are very disturbed. And I don't give a damn, bitch. I live for it. I like Dolly. I like Dolly. I like Ivory. I like most of the girls for their respective roles on the show. You know what I mean? Ivory and Dolly, they fight. Summer's trying to jump in. So Jaden and Pretty P, they on Summer. They like, you're not jumping in, bitch. You're not jumping in, bitch, girl. Anyway, so then we see Lex walk around the stage and she walks past Ivory and they like, you good? You good? And they like, yeah, I'm good. You good? It's like just this real type of, I don't know. They got some kind of sexual tension, I feel like. They just popped up in my head. But for some reason, I feel like them bitches want to, I don't know, that's kind of what it gives me a little bit. But they, they not having no more of each other in this moment. They got their 2 rounds in and they're done. So then Lex, she calls out Jayla because apparently Jayla tried to jump. Oh yeah, Jayla did try to jump in. Jayla was trying to jump in Lex fight. Jayla is like, girl, what you want to fight me for? What you want to fight me for? And Big Lex like, bitch, because you jumped in, girl. Oh, my poor bitch Jayla. My poor Jayla. Jayla, I love you. Boost the house down, girl. But she let you have it this reunion. So Santana, he like, y'all finna piss me off because they was protecting Jayla. Because Jayla was like, no, what are we fighting for? Jayla did not want to fight Lex. But mind you, Jayla, she kept jumping in Summer fight. She kept firing off on Summer in the back of her head. So it's like, I gotta call a thing. Jayla like, that's why I like Legs. That's probably one of the only reasons I like Legs because a lot of shit that she do is like, contradictory to what she be saying. But I will say she stand up for her friends. Like y'all not just finna keep jumping on this girl. And I feel like that's right. That's what you do when you come onto a show with somebody and y'all become a duo, trio, whatever. You help them out when they're getting jumped. That's what you do. You stick up for them. You stand up for them when something is not right, when they're being done wrong. You speak up, you stand up. That's what you do as a friend. So I like Lex for that. And y'all can't make me not like her. Jayla and Big Lex, they fight the first time. And obviously, Lex, she beat Jayla down. She beats her down and they break it up. Now, this first round, I'm saying she beat her down, but no, bitch, this second round, she beat Jayla the fuck up, girl. Them first couple hits was like, it had Jayla head knocking back, and that's crazy because that's how she used to do Girls on Bad Girls Club. So, you get what you give. I'm just playing. I ain't gonna say Jayla deserved that. The second round they go, like I said, Lex is knocking the hell out of Jayla. So Jayla put her in the headlock, but of course, Lex, she do the little leg sweep shit, and she gets Jayla to the ground. Now, Jayla at this point, she is getting like clobbered. Like it's clobbering time, girl. Lex was fucking her up. So she bit the bitch on her arm. And you can hear Lex, she's like, ow! Ow, she's biting. And then she bite her ass. Ow, she's biting. and she bite her ass back, girl, and you can see it in the moment. Oh Lord, Jayla just walks off the stage. She holding her nose. I said my po baby, Jayla, my po baby. Jayla, I can't say that enough. Jayla. So Jayla is done. She's done for. There's no more reunion left for Jayla. She walks off holding her nose, honey. Holding her nose. Caboodles, boots the house down. So Lex is screaming, I need that. I need that. I need that. That is so cringy to me. I hate that. I hate that all these people have picked up this now this TV lingo. Even the people on now this TV, like talking about on the dead homies, I need that. Like, girl, all of that is like I feel like you can say that if you're like being funny in the moment, like if you're referential to the content and you just trying to be funny, like, oh, like, girl, I know you don't need that. Do you need that? Then that's different. But like to be seriously mad in a moment and to be like, do you need that? It's like, it's a little cringy to me because, bitch, you don't talk like that. That's beside the point. Anyway, moving on along. She like, do you need that? Do you need that? Jayla is gone, honey. She's out of here. Back to the main stage, and we see Jazz and Summer go at it. And it's pretty much a tie. But girl, them hoes was knocking each other. Them hoes is knocking each other, and then Ivory jumps in and sweeps Summer off her feet. It just was not that hilarious to me. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Like it was not funny to me. It was kind of a key. I'm not like, oh my gosh, she is so wrong for doing it to that girl, but it was not. Oh my god, it was not giving me all of that. Is it just me? It wasn't giving me all of that. Rolly is falling out. She's falling out like this is the funniest shit she did ever seen. Like, what you did you see what I did? That is just obnoxious to me. I hate obnoxious shit. Girl, shut up. It was not that funny. Anyways, and Summer still didn't lose. Like, girl, you didn't sweep this girl off her feet, and Jazz still ain't did nothing. Jazz thought somebody was finna hit her ass. How timid she is, seemed like, because she still ain't do nothing. Jazz, girl, you was a waste of time and a waste of space at this reunion. Lex still looking for Jayla. Like I said, Jayla is gone. Santana say the crowd said Ivory won the fight, and the crowd is like, no, no, girl. The crowd is wishy washy. They don't know what they feel like. But Santana said he feel like it was a tie. He didn't want to see Jazz versus Summer. Boo, that shit is tied. That is funny. Now, Santana was saying everything he had to say to these girls' faces. I will say that. Second and third part of this reunion, Santana and Bobby didn't get on my nerves as much. Maybe they edited Bobby out more in this third part because they got the reception from the fans in the first part. But I feel like I didn't even really see Bobby in the third part. Was he gone? Was he drunk? Was he high? Where was he at? I didn't see him, but as he's talking, Dolly come out and she's ready for her round with Pretty P. Baby, my bitch Dolly did her once. She got Pretty P ass. The first round was like, it was pretty even, but Dolly, she still got her that first round. The second round, well, first of all, let me say this. After the first round, Santana, he like, Dolly tore, Dolly tore, Dolly tore, Dolly tore. And I'm like, bitch, she didn't tear with like, yeah, she got her. But he's saying this and Pretty P just right there. Like, I would be so fucking mad. Like, if I got beat up in a fight and somebody like, oh, he whooped your head. I'm gonna be like, bitch, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? So I really wouldn't even blame Pretty P if she would have cussed Santana ass out because, okay, like, this just extra fuel to my fire in that moment if I'm already mad. Like, I ain't never been in a situation like that, but I can only imagine, okay? So then Dolly and P go a second round. Now, the second round, Dolly definitely tore P up. She definitely tore her ass up that second round. She was me, bitch. Eye connection straight from the shoulders. Pretty P, her head was down. She was swimming, girl. Y'all go back and watch that. I ain't never seen Pretty P fight like that, girl. She was swimming. I don't know what the hell was going on. Maybe she had then got hit a couple times in the first couple seconds of that second round, and she was like, girl. Let me just put my head down. And you can hear somebody at the end say, keep your head up, Pretty P. Keep your head up, bitch, because you was swimming down. She was swimming. She was. So Santana steady telling P to her face, she tore, Dolly tore, she tore you, she tore her. She's like, she beat her every time. Yeah, but she beat you every time though. Santana, she have not beat her every time. Now Dolly, she didn't beat her most of the times. If you ask me, and I have eyes, and like he said, I hate when y'all act like y'all eyes don't work. Cause they like, did she tell her? Yes, she tore her down. She tore her down. But they acting like their eyes don't work, girl. But I say P won two of them fights. The one where Dolly kind of slipped, and then the one where she caught her off guard when she was sitting down and she hit her in her nose. Them the only two she got. And like I said, the only reason Dolly nose had got fractured again was because it was already fractured. So that again, hence the word again. That's the only reason she got that girl nose. But I'm really disappointed because the fans, the audience members, they ain't know what the hell they was talking about, girl. They said that Dolly had them broke Pretty P nose. Here I go again being dark. Is it dark for me to say that I kind of wish that it had happened? But only because, and I like P, y'all know I like P, but she was just like, I broke her nose. Like, she was so happy to say that she had them broke Dolly nose and sent her to the hospital. Like, girl, you took joy in that, glee, that makes you happy? Girl, so I would have felt the same way if she would have did you like that. You know, it would have healed. It would have healed, you know what I mean? But yeah, so then anyway, they try to let Jazz boring ass talk a little bit, but they didn't took Dolly backstage. So I guess Ivory, she didn't whisper in Pretty Pete ear like, girl, you gotta get your lick, baby. You know, you need to go, but you need to go get that right now. So Pete get up and she started walking backstage, and they like, I think Ivory whispered something in her ear. Then we see Ivory running back there. Girl, they not finna let y'all do nothing. This girl hand bleeding. To my Dolly, her hand was bleeding because she said Tasiki bit her. I don't know if she read her, but we seen her hand go in her mouth in the slow mo, but we didn't see her bite her. I guess you just, you know, was trying to grab her mouth or something, Dolly. I don't think she bit you though. Tasiki, what she got to bite somebody for? A bitch is gonna bite when a bitch start losing the fight. That's why Jayla bit legs. Tasiki didn't bite your finger. I don't believe that. They cut off Jazz ass, bitch. Fuck what Jazz got to say. We don't care. They bring Emma, Yoshi, and Noo-Noo out. They get like 3 claps in between all of them. I guess they all had one person there piece that was supporting them. So they bring them out. Y'all know I live for Noo-Noo, but you know, I'm not excited to see her ass either at this point. Cause what the hell she finna do? What she finna say? She ain't got no beef for this reunion, nor does the other 3 girls, the other 2 girls. So Santana and Janisha, they asked Emma about her beef with Scotty. Like, you know, have y'all squashed it? Do y'all still need to get one off? Girl, Janisha was being petty. Janisha was being messy this motherfucking reunion. She was trying to get the girls to get their ones off. And as she should. But what's that lady name who hosts the Love and Hip Hop reunions? The girl, she would never. So they asking Emma, and she like, me and Scotty, we squashed it before I left. We had already got cool, but I just don't like how after I said that she was boring, y'all tried to push this boring narrative on me. And it's like, girl, no, we was just letting you know what it felt like. And everybody universally feels the same way about this situation, girl. You not only did you say that you didn't like her because she was boring, because that's one thing. We could have got over that. You know what I mean? That's your opinion. But you said, I want to fight because I'm here to take your spot, girl. And I'm glad they replayed the clip because I was like, well, yeah, she did just say she was born, but the season started so long ago. I don't even remember that happening. But that girl literally said, I think you boring as fuck. So come on, let's fight because I'm going to take your spot. I mean, she tried to still explain it. Like, it just didn't make sense, Emma. It didn't make sense, so you look crazy. And y'all know Rolly had to yell at her and let her know, no, no, because you sat there and you wanted to start a problem with this girl. And it wasn't a reason to fight her. So moving on along from Emma, because we really don't give a damn. She said she didn't want to fight Scotty, and Santana was like, boo, Emma. Boo, Emma. So who won between you and her? And Emma's talking about, I won. Ask Scotty. Scotty said it never happened. That never happened, and I'll never admit that. I definitely believe that Emma whooped Scotty because why we didn't see it? It had to be more than 2, 3 cameras in that damn room or whatever the fuck they tried to make it seem like as to why we didn't get the footage to that fight. Girl, y'all got that footage. Let us see it. So Janisha calls out the OGs and she say outside of Rolly and Tinka, none of the OGs tried to embrace the new girls. They didn't try to give them no kind of words of wisdom. They just gave elitists. I said, okay, come on, big word. She said they gave elitists and they acted like they was bigger than the program. Like they didn't have to fight. They didn't have to stand on nothing. And I said, ooh, you can tell now. If you ain't never been able to tell, girl, y'all can't say nobody is tripping now. You can tell Scotty was over Janisha ass, and you can tell Janisha didn't give a fuck, and she was finna get down to the bottom of it, baby. Janisha, she must have been off that Casamigos. Janisha must have been out there Casamigos because she had a lot of courage this night. Not saying that she's ever came across scary, but she's always come across more timid. Y'all know how Janisha is. Don't act crazy. She was on one. She was on one that night, and she was acting like she could have fought whoever the fuck wanted it, bitch. No, answer the question. She was like, hey, I just want to know. No, but answer. No, 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 sit down. Stop talking. Baby Janisha was on one. Stop talking. I'm not talking. Unless y'all giving me answers. Y'all not fighting. Sit the hell down, girl. They get to Yoshi and they give her 2 seconds. Baby, her tongue is heavy as hell. Yoshi got a heavy ass tongue, and I don't give a damn, girl. I'm gonna say what the hell I got to say. It is what it is. You come on TV, you're gonna get ridiculed in some kind of way. I'm so sorry if I'm coming across mean. I'm sorry, I don't care. That bitch tongue heavy as fuck. And she's so like cute and sweet looking, but she just be like, I come on the show and I just feel like I did what I had to do, but I want everybody and I'm like, oh that is not gonna age well, bitch. Am I gonna keep that in? I don't know. Anyway, so then they talk to Noo-Noo. She says she had a good time, and now bitches know who to play with, who not to play with. She feel like she got all her ones on, and she got all her ones off, and she was shading the hell out of Anna to her face. But Anna was like, I guess maybe taking it as a compliment, or she had other stuff on her mind, but. She was like, I like how delusional they are for each other. Like, I live for that. Like, girl, it was shade. Anna was like, and she looked real cute. She looked real cute. I don't have no problem with her. And Nunu was steady shading her like they're delusional for each other. And that is wonderful for them. Because don't ever lit up off them bitches' necks. Because the second you lit up off of Anna neck, she gonna be on the internet talking shit. And I wanna say this too. Any of you bitches that's watching this video, they got a problem with me giving my commentary on Anna and Biggie, bitch. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't like I always say, I can't say I don't like this person, that person, because I don't know these people. That's how I feel. But I don't like a lot of the shit that they do. And when I see the shit, just like when y'all see it, it makes me have a visceral reaction sometimes. Sometimes I'm literally like, bitch, shut the fuck up. And I want to throw up because it just be like so hypocritical, and I hate when people say shit and do other shit. Like, it don't be that deep though. It don't never be that deep though. You see what I mean? Like, I can really give a lot. I can give y'all a lot, but I really don't give a fuck about them girls that damn much, honestly. But when I'm giving a review on my channel and I feel like people are coming here to hear what I have to say, I'm finna give it to you raw. Like, I'm not finna be like, but technically, and y'all know sometimes I do get technical, but bitch, it is what it is. I'm gonna let them hoes have it if I wanna let them hoes have it. So, Biggie comes back out, and I'm finna let her ass have it too. Biggie comes back out. And like I said, Janisha is getting to the bottom of this shit. She like, so Biggie, we need to have dialogue about what's going on with you and Anna, because Anna is visibly upset because she feel like you're not a good friend. And Biggie like, no, she knows I'm not a fighter. She know I'm not a fighter. We not finna get deep into this topic again, but they talk about the jumping and Anna like, I got jumped, bro. Biggie like, no, she did not get jumped. She did not get jumped. And everybody like, she did get jumped. Y'all don't come in my comments and go back and forth with me about it either. We not debating about that. I didn't see that girl get jumped. We did not see it. I went back and watched 3, 4 times. She didn't get jumped. If it was a back to back, that's not jumping. Y'all have seen Biggie and Anna jump multiple times, so we know what a jump looked like, and it ain't never been that. So shut the hell up. To anybody that says she got jumped and to her saying she got jumped, I don't want to hear that shit, girl. Am I coming across angry in this review? This, ugh. I was just ready for this shit to be over with. Then I had to go back and watch it, girl. I said, ugh. Should have took the notes the first time, girl. So everybody is basically just telling Biggie, like, girl, we don't expect you to fight, but obviously they do because Janisha and Santana, like, y'all, okay, y'all saying y'all don't expect her to fight, but y'all obviously do. They like, no, we just want her to break it up or do something, do something. Biggie, like, girl, the definition of a psychopath is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome, bitch. So, Santana, like, you calling them psychopaths to seek and honor? That was the key. So then they bring up the Scotty comparison because everybody's like, Scotty ain't a fighter either, but she do fight. They clocked that. They really clocked that for me because like you couldn't have put it you couldn't have put it better. Well, I couldn't have put it better myself. Scotty ain't no fighter either, but she do fight and she will fight. So, you know what I mean? We give her kudos for that. We just call you scary. And Scotty said, just say you scared to fight. Don't say you not a fighter, because I'm not a fighter either. So we see Biggie and Scotty, they kind of having a little back and forth in the middle of this, and we like, oh, okay. Well, Scotty really clocked that. Just say you scared to fight, not that you're not a fighter, because Scotty ain't no fighter either, honey, and she still fight. So then this girl in the audience want to fight Biggie for throwing a water bottle at her at the last reunion. I'm not gonna pay that too much mind because I'm with Santana and Biggie. Like it should be paid. Now, if they would have let that girl come down there and try to fight Biggie, they would have been dead ass wrong, bitch. I would have filed a lawsuit against the motherfucking company because y'all did answer. But they acted like they was finna let that girl come down. Because Biggie had walked backstage when Anna and Rolly was back there. And they was like, Biggie, come back on the stage. Like a producer came back there and was like, Biggie, you gotta come back on the stage. A producer came back there and was like, Biggie, you gotta come back on the stage. Bitch, when I'm telling you, I was just sitting there like, what is gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Because I felt like somebody said that Biggie had fought a fan or like a crowd member. I'm talking about a fan. They said that Biggie had fought one of the audience members, bitch. And once again, y'all lied. I guess she got into it with them. They didn't fight. Wait, but that would have been funny. But I didn't expect Biggie to do it. But she like, I ain't gotta come back. I don't even have to come back. I already made my money. I didn't like that, girl. That left a bad taste in my mouth. So they bring Summer, Dolly, and Lex back out. They asked Lex and Ivory if they good now, and they like they good. But Ivory said Lex told Ivory that if she didn't apologize to her, they needed to fight again. So Ivory like, bitch, I gave you that, and damn right, because who the hell you punking? Like Lex, girl, what? Yeah, you doing a little too much. You're doing a little too much. That's why I kind of live for Ivory coming out and putting bows to all their asses, except for Dolly, because she didn't have no problem with Dolly because after after Ivory and Lex squash they shit, Ivory goes over to Summer and she like, and bitch, you jumped in. And Summer like, girl, fuck you. Fuck. But no, we all have to call a thing and clock Summer too. Summer got this real wishy-washy energy with Ivory, like because she's scared of her, obviously. But I don't know. I feel like it's something more than her being scared of her because I feel like Summer know that she can't beat a lot of the girls that she be starting shit with. So maybe she just has a affinity for Ivory. Maybe she just like her and she don't be wanting to like her because she was fighting her friend all season. You know what I mean? So she just be like, Ivory, fuck you, bitch. Y'all know how Summer is, but so Ivory's asking Summer what her problem is with her, and she like what you did at the premiere, because y'all know Ivory was pounding on top of Dolly's head at the premiere, but Ivory, she steady going with this story that Dolly hit her in the back of the head. But Dolly like, girl, how did I hit you in the back of the head if I was sitting nowhere next to you? But Ivory, she ain't even like, she's not even entertaining the question. She's literally ignoring her. She's ignoring her. And I want to know too, because you still ain't answered the question. Then y'all went all the way into Africa still beefing because you said she hit you in the back of your head at the premiere. And that's why, and like, but y'all never had a problem. So that's where I'm having a problem with Ivory because I like Ivory. But why did you start this problem with Dolly for no reason? The fans be a little slow. Do y'all not? Yeah, did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? I hope y'all caught that. I know y'all like Ivory. I like Ivory too. Well, she started that problem with that girl for no reason. Then you snuck her. Anyway, so I don't like that. But Ivory, she like, do y'all want to hug? You want to hug Summer? Girl, if them hoes would have got up and tried to hug her, she would have slammed them on their fucking head. She said she was coming to be on that bully shit at this reunion, and I believe it. They bring up Summer jumping in Scotty them shit, and Scotty them steady saying it didn't have nothing to do with you. It didn't have nothing to do with you. But Summer says once again, she stand on what she said then, like, girl, y'all brought it up in front of the group. So I felt like I can have my input on it. And you can hear Santana in the background saying, I agree with it. I agree with it. Like, yes, we're not gonna act like he didn't say that. We're not gonna act like that's not what the fuck it is, girl. If y'all really feel like Summer can't give her input, even though they brought that shit up in front of her, something's wrong with y'all. Because if it was supposed to be private and it was supposed to be between the OGs, it should have stayed between the OGs. Why bring it up at a house meeting? We already talked about this though. But girl, yeah. So then we get to Slim and Rolly. They finally bring out Slim. So we get back into this whole what happened with their relationship thing, and Rolly really just pissed me off because she wanted to just keep yelling over everybody when we was trying to get to the bottom of it. What happened, Rolly? How did it start, Rolly? The whole Gretch thing happened. Slim defended Gretch, which was a choice. And then you got online and say, I don't even know how she could speak on it because her fucking daddy ain't even black. And the girl daddy is dead. You should not have done that. Let's stop right there. Let's put a period right there. You shouldn't have did that. Why? Because y'all supposed to be at least cool again. But you feel some kind of way about Diamond and Scotty them going online saying, oh, well, we should have da 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 when she was doing this with Slim because you feel like they was being fueled by the fans. Why did you feel the need to go up and speak against Slim when she was defending something that happened on the show? Like all that shit would still come back to you was trying to talk to the fans. Cause who are you telling this to? You telling the fans that her daddy ain't all the way black. Why? Because you want to let them know that she shouldn't be on her. Like, girl, y'all get what I'm trying to say. It don't make sense. It really don't make sense. But Slim was wrong for saying what she said too. Both of y'all bitches was wrong. But Rolly, you started that shit up. That's the moral of the story. But she don't want to take no accountability for that. She like, that's all I said. That's all I said. That's all you said. The girl daddy is dead. Do not talk about him. Don't speak about him. You shouldn't have brought that girl daddy up. And she shouldn't have brought your son up. But bitch, it's just over with. Y'all, it's over with. It's over with. Then we see Summer apologize to Slim. And then the girls give their final thoughts. Bitch, that's all it is. That's all it was. This shit is over with. This shit is over with. And I don't have no final thoughts for it, girl. It is what it is, honey. It was what it was. This season was so long. Now, just playing. I'm giving y'all some final thoughts. This reunion was meh. I would give this shit like a 6 out of 10, honestly. It just wasn't that good for me. And I feel like we had a lot of fights, but the camera angles was boo boo. Like, maybe I'll give it a 7. It just was not my favorite. I'm so glad this shit is over with. And they said Africa is coming out next month, girl. We don't get a break from this show. So we'll be right back with Baddies Africa in the next couple weeks. But until then, let's just go ahead and get some other content going, honey. I'm about to be getting into my reality TV bag, my TV show bag. So, well, pop culture, just all that stuff. Y'all just make sure y'all stay tuned for more videos. We finna get into the teaser for Baddies Africa and the trailer, I guess, for Baddies Gone Wild right after this. Y'all make sure y'all be looking out for that. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, subscribe, do all of that. Let me know what you thought about this video down below. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.